I made my own labubu using my vintage Bratz dolls, and I'm going to show you how I did it. I think labubus are medium ugly, and I know that's the point, but I just can't see myself fighting over one like so many people are doing right now. For the uninitiated, this is a labubu. I'm technically making a zimomo because it has a tail and wings. I collect Bratz, and I have this Megan I found in a thrift store last year, and when I found her, she was wearing this Dora the Explorer fit. And I like to think that means somewhere out there is a Dora the Explorer doll dressed like this. To make this pattern, I grabbed a plastic bag and some masking tape. I drew where I wanted the seams to be so I would know how to cut the fur correctly. This part honestly just takes some practice and understanding how clothing works. I cut all the pieces off the doll and transferred them onto paper, and then I added a 3/8 seam allowance for the sewing. This pattern is kind of specific to this type of doll, but if you think you'd like to try it on any of your own large baby dolls, then let me know and I can upload it somewhere. Then I put the pattern onto the fur I was using. Make sure you cut the pieces so the fur is all going in the same direction. To prevent fur from getting everywhere, I used a craft knife. If you use scissors, it'll also cut the fur and just make a huge mess. I went ahead and sewed everything together, and I felt like the fur was too long, so I decided to cut it down more to what I think I was going for. To make the tail, I took some aluminum foil and I basically just sculpted that into the shape that I wanted. Then I took my masking tape and made a pattern again just like I did in the beginning. After making the tail, I took the shavings left from the fur and used that as the stuffing because I just don't have a lot of stuffing to use on the tail. And I made the wings just by kind of eyeballing it, and I used some quilt batting so that I would have that puffy look. I decided there was nothing I would rather do other than hand sew through fur, so I hand sewed on the wings, and I had so much fun doing that I decided to also hand sew on the tail and ears. And after I did all that, I made a bunch of tiny little spikes and hand sewed those on too. I know it's probably hard to tell, but I promise there's nothing I would rather do other than hand sew through really difficult fabrics. I steamed the fur once it was all done so it laid nice and flat, and here is the finished product. I think it came out super cute. Let me know what you guys think.